I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Don't go through a breakup alone. Click on the link in the description below to get a one-on-one coaching with me, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking about where did I go wrong? So, the reason I want to do this video is because one of the big struggles that everybody has during a breakup is figuring out what went wrong. You may have your own particular ideas as to what went wrong, but it's extremely difficult to see them, the issues when your heart is involved. You can't be objective. It's really, really tough. And I know because I've been in your shoes, and you're hurting so badly that you really can't even think straight. You're kind of like in a fog, and all you can think about is what you can do to get them back. So it can be a real struggle to identify what the problems are, and that's one of the things that I love to help you guys work on and help you with, because I'm objective, I could see the big picture, and I'm going to see and know a lot more when I'm looking at your relationship than you do, in the sense that I study this, and I've studied this for years and thousands of hours working on trying to pinpoint where the areas, went wrong, what caused, the other person to not be attracted to you, what you did, what they did. I look at as many different factors as I can to help you guys. So, I have 2 emails today. The first one is from somebody who recently did their first Skype coaching with me. And she said, "Hi Craig, I just wanted to thank you for our Skype coaching this past week. I felt so relieved to know that my ex leaving me had more to do with his problems than me chasing him away. I am sure there are a lot of people out there blaming themselves when they weren't really at fault. Perhaps you could do a video on that. Thank you again. I will be signing up again soon. You truly are the coach that cares." Well, thank you for the kind words, and I took your idea into consideration because I had another video or another email that I thought would actually fit with what you were saying. I have an email here from a woman who has an anxious attachment style, and she was dating a guy who has a very avoidant attachment style. And you're going to see that, you're going to see a lot of the symptoms of the guy that she dated. He had trauma, and it's obvious to me that he had trauma because of all the symptoms that come up. So, I guess they're both around 30 years old, and they dated for 5 months. Now, they did long distance for 3 months. I believe she does modeling, and so she's traveling a lot. And they traveled together and stayed together, and they lived together for a total of 11 days. So, let's move on. She was telling me some points about the breakup, and she said that it was out of the blue, straight after 11 days after living together. Must have felt like an eternity. That's not even 2 weeks. She said he had sudden, extreme, avoidant behavior. The last few days he started avoiding me intimately. He started sleeping in a different bedroom. He started dropping bombs about how he doesn't want to get married for 1,000 years. A 1,000. Wow. I guess during the breakup he said, "We have nothing to break." And if he doesn't see her for the next month, he's okay with that. I mean, he is really not able to handle any kind of intimacy. And she's having a hard time seeing that, but it's obvious to me that, you know, he is pushing her away to the point of 1,000 years from now, I'm still not going to be ready. Oof. That's rough. There's some more things. He said, I fell in love with you when you were independent and foxy. Oh, there's a lot of substance right there. I fell in love with you only because of the way that you look. Come on. I get a little frustrated with how our society is and how everybody just wants things on demand and they want new. Nobody wants to really invest in their partner anymore. I mean, you're not going to find true love if you are willing to walk away when somebody that walks by is a little bit hotter than whoever you're with. I mean, come on. Where is the substance? Don't you want somebody that's really going to be there for you? I mean, this guy is attracted to you because you're, you know, a very pretty girl, and there's nothing wrong with that, but how about, I love how much we laugh together. I love, the way you look at me, or the way you're always there for me, or you listen to me, or we have these things in common. No, it's because you're foxy. He's not even treating you like a human being when he says that. He's like an object. You're just an object to him. So that's why he doesn't care about you. He doesn't have any empathy for you. And it's obvious by the way he's treating you here. He's treating you like an object. He has no ability to put himself in your shoes and understand how he's affecting you. So, he said to her, when you hint about marriage, I realize this may be a problem, as it's not in my mind at all yet. I don't care, and I say stuff like, let's get matching tattoos, just to see how much he loves me. Yeah, you're testing him. You know he doesn't really care about you, and you're trying to say things that might unconsciously show that he does. You're saying, let's get a matching tattoo. And he's like, no. And you're like, oh, I guess he really doesn't care about me. So she said she wrote him a love letter telling him that she is sorry for being so insecure and that she's always testing his feelings. See, I said it. I just said she tested him. I love him. I don't want to destroy this. Well, you need to be careful with what you're saying, because you're unconsciously destroying it when you think, I don't want to destroy this. All your brain hears is destroy this. Doesn't hear don't want to. So you want to focus on what you want to happen. You want to say, I want us to create an amazing relationship. That's the way you want to look at things. So he said, I'm lucky to meet you. I'm sorry if I'm like this sometimes. Maybe it's a matter of space, and I'm bad with messaging. He told her things like, I guess when they were together, he couldn't live a day without her. Yeah, until he did. He needed me like air. Apparently he's a cyborg and he doesn't need to breathe. Perhaps he's Darth Vader. I mean, it would make sense. Maybe it's Darth Vader. He doesn't need her like, I mean, he says he needs her like air. Darth Vader's got his own little breathing mask, and that's kind of similar to what Darth Vader said. I think it was in Star Wars Episode 2, right? Where he said something about, I can't breathe without her, or when I'm around her, I can't breathe. I don't know, something to that effect, but that's that intense love. It's not healthy, right? This isn't healthy. None of this is healthy. She says he wasn't talking to other women. I don't think it's about other women in this case at all. Obviously, every breakup is different. For this case, I don't think that has anything to do with it. He can't handle when I cry. He starts drinking, so he can't even soothe himself. And he can't soothe her either. She said, when we were long distance, we were super close. We would speak 4 hours every day, plus 1,000 texts a day. That's not a good thing. Think about it. When you are half the world away, he is extremely insecure, and he's on the phone with you 4 hours and sending you 1,000 text messages a day. That's a fantasy. That's not reality. There is nothing of substance in that kind of relationship. And how do I know? Well, because after 11 days of being with you, he's telling you, I don't want to get married for 1,000 years. You see how there's no substance? He can only handle the fantasy. This guy can't handle intimacy. I mean, here's another example. He says that when he sees people with luggage in his house, he gets freaked out. He's getting anxious over people that come to visit him. That just goes to show the extent of the trauma that's going on with this guy. And it's not healthy for him, and he's never going to be able to have a healthy, happy relationship by, until he deals with this. He's got to deal with whatever happened in his life that he feels like, he can't even have guests come stay at his house without freaking out. I mean, that's really extreme. She said to him, I asked him if he's okay with no sex for 3 weeks when I'm away, and he got, and this is in bold and like 8 E's in a row, very uncomfortable. What does that tell you? He can't be faithful. He can't even be faithful to this girl who, according to her, is very beautiful, for 3 weeks. I mean, I skipped around and I kind of left out some of the details, but she said he's very rich and he's very hot. Okay, big deal. He's very rich and he's very hot, and he can't handle any kind of intimacy, and he's never going to be able to give you what you want. He's telling you he can't get married for 1,000 years. He can't even have somebody come stay at his house for 11 days without freaking out. I mean, there's tons of red flags here. So, what can you do? You have feelings, you have emotional needs, you have desires, you want a partner that's going to be there for you. Do you really think that this is the kind of person that's capable of that? At this point, I would say no. Unfortunately. And it's unfortunate for him too, because I'm sure he must not truly feel happy in his life, even if he is rich and hot. Because he's always looking for novelty. He's always looking for the next hot girl. He's not even really going to appreciate the one beautiful girl that he's got and want to get close to her. He only gets scared when she's thousands of miles away and he's insecure that maybe she'll leave him for somebody else. I don't know. But as I was saying in the title of the video, where did I go wrong? Well, in this situation you probably came on a little too strong. But quite honestly, I don't think that he would be able to do it, because just the idea of a long-term relationship seems to traumatize him. So, if you want to get my help personally, go to my website, askcraig.net, and sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. If you like the video, put a like on there and leave your comments below. But be sure to subscribe to the channel, because I do post videos Monday through Friday. That's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.